Hey there, it's Dan here from Flexible. Today we're going to talk about APIs and what's changed over at HighLevel, okay? Not really my bag, which is why I'm not going to talk about it too much, but what's happened is there's been a big API update over at HighLevel, and the way that we connect our clients to HighLevel has changed. It's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, and what I've asked my tech guy Graham to do is run through, what's changed, what to do for updates, and how to get this sorted without any stress whatsoever. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Graham and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Dan. So HighLevel, basically, this has been in the works for a while, and they are getting rid of API v1, which was basically the old API keys, which were very easy to set up, but not very secure for you or your clients. So they've moving everyone over gradually to API v2. This has been the case for about a year or two, maybe about a year and a half. And they're starting to depreciate the API v1. Now, OAuth 2 came, which is basically where you get the client ID and the client secret. If this is all gobbledygook to you, then do not worry about it, because we're not doing that today. They've now released something called private integrations, which is basically very similar to an API key. It's just a lot more secure, and that's what we're going to be building today. Okay, let's get on with the tutorial. This is what you would do if you want your client to send leads into your HighLevel via API, or if you're sending leads via two GHL accounts, basically. So let's get on with it. So I'll come over to my screen, and you're in the sub account that you want to send leads into, basically. Okay, so this is the sub account you want to send leads into. So let's say for the purpose of this experiment or this example, it's going to be a client sending live leads into your GHL accounts. You can hit them straight away. So what you're going to need to do for them is you're going to need to give them a posting doc. Now I've got a posting doc here. This is your posting doc. This is what it will look like. And I'm going to go through and we're going to fill this out, ready to send to the client, basically. So the first things we need is it's called a PIT, a private integration token. I'm going to generate that now. So we want to go down to the settings in your sub account. You want to go to private integrations. Then you want to create a new integration. You want to call it by its name. Live Leads API. I'm not going to do a description. I'm going to press next. Now scopes, if you want to be extremely cautious with your security, I'd recommend only doing the scopes you need. I normally just select all because it's a lot quicker, and you just go and get rid of the orange ones that are very sensitive. Other than that, I'm happy to send this across. But if you're conscious and you're very on the kind of like the security side of things, then you should only really have 5 or 6 in here. But for time, I'm just going to pop them in now, and we can go back and amend that at a later date. So you can this is your PIT key now. So this is your private integration token. So it's just created it like that, very similar to an API key. So you just want to press copy. We want to go across to our posting doc. We want to just go and add that in here. You shouldn't really show your tokens on videos or anything like that. Don't worry, I will be deleting this straight afterwards, just so you know. And going forward, that you shouldn't really do that either. That's that. And the next thing we need to do is we need to go and get the location ID. So you can do that by just Xing out of this. This will be your token here. And then you want to go and get the location ID, which is in your URL bar up here, in between the two forward slashes or backslashes, whatever they're called. You want to copy that. Another place you can get your location ID also is in the business profile. It's up here, location ID. So you can just copy it there, which is a bit easier. And then we just want to in between the speech marks, we want to just paste that in like so. And now it knows what location it's sending it into. Now, finally, we need to go get any custom field IDs that we need. Now, you can't just find these in HighLevel, annoyingly enough. So what we're going to go and do is I've got another thing we can do, which is we can go and get all the custom field IDs in that location. So we just want to paste the location ID in here as well. If you want either of these documents, just comment below and we can send them across to you on our school group. And then we just want to go and update the PIT token on this one as well. Here. Cool. And then what we want to go and do is we want to go and generate this now. So I'm going to copy this get URL. So this is a get URL. And now I want to go across to Postman. Now, if you haven't used Postman, I would go and create an account there. Then you can just do all these APIs in there. It's a very easy testing bed for it, and it's not too techy. So once you've set your account up, you'll come to the dashboard here, and you just want to make sure you get a new little playground here. And you want to make sure it's set to get for this one. You want to just paste in this URL here. And then we want to go to authorization. We're going to go to, we'll go to headers. We want to make sure that we type in, on one of the headers is content type. And change that to application JSON. And then we want to just make sure we add in authorization. Select authorization. And let's go and get our bearer token here. Then you want to make sure you add bearer in front of this token as well, because it's called a bearer token. So in front of the token, you always add in the word bearer and a space. And we want to go and just paste that in here, like so. And then let's send it through and see what we get. There should be a response, so it's unauthorized. Version header was not found, so I've forgotten to put something in. We go back to this bit here, and it's this thing here. So we need to put in version in the headers as well. This is in your headers here. So we want to go and just paste in the date, and then just type in version and press send again. And it's gone through. 200 means it's good. And then you can kind of see down here which fields you want. So you want to scroll down, find the name of the field that you want to add in. We can make this bigger as well. So let's have a look. Scroll down to any that we want to use. Find one, no bump. So let's just use the no bump one, for example. Let's copy that contact ID and we go into here, come back to this posting doc, and we just paste in that ID there. Okay. So that is everything we need to do to get this ready to post. So now we want to make sure, before we send this across to the client, we want to make sure it works first. So in Postman, we go and create a new testing ground. We want to change the get to a post. We want to go to our posting doc. We want to now get the new posting URL, which is this one, which is a new kind of like URL that you send stuff to, which is an upsert. And what upsert means, it will update if the contact's already there, or it will insert and create the contact if it's not there. So when I paste that in there, I'm going to go to headers again. We want to make sure everything we added in before is in there. So content type, version, and then also authorization. So I'm just doing this so I remember which ones I've got to put in. So this is application JSON. This is not still saved. Let's go to here. The date. And then authorization, we want to go and copy our PIT tag that we've got here. So that's all good. So now we just want to make sure, okay, no auth there, perfect. Now the body, we want to go to raw. We want to go and copy everything under body and everything above email and just copy that. And then we want to just pull this down now. Paste that in, and now we want to just update these things just for generic test data, just to make sure it works. So Graham plus at flexdigital.com, phone number, done, name, Graham, and then let's do API test, add source, flexible pit. You can do this for anything, so you could just do live leads or anything like that. So let's actually change that to client's name, which will just do flexible at the moment, live API. And we've got that in, so no bump, that'll be yes. So now we've updated that with the test data. Oh, let's just get that out. Make sure you've got everything. Normally the things that you'll need to make sure is the email and the phone number. That looks good. Then you're going to send it, and whatever response we get, we can work with. So it's 201, it's created. So you can see there, it shows that it's all created in there perfectly. Let's go and have a look, shall we? So we'll go back to contacts. Let's see our contact, make sure our contact's in there. There we go, it's come through. So it's got everything in, first name, last name, email, phone, got the contact source in there. And I believe we added in the no bump, didn't we? Where is the no? There it is. So it's added it in, it's found the correct contact field ID. And added that in. So that's working perfectly. So that's how you test it. So now we know that's working. I would be very happy in sending this off to the client to tell them how to send it through with the correct instructions in here. And you can see that you'll need this as well, is just telling them what they need to put through. String just means letters. Phone is obviously a number, and the others are strings as well. So now what I'm going to show you is how you can do it inside HighLevel, between HighLevel accounts. It's maybe you don't necessarily need it, but just in case you ever did, this is a good way of just learning it as well. So in our Prince Charming challenge, I don't believe we have it in here. No. I'll build it in, so it's just API to client. And let's call it API to client. No trigger, let's just do custom webhook. And now we want to just go and get our stuff in again. So it will be this posting URL. And we'll have to add in headers. So we got authorization, version, and content type, application JSON, all lowercase, version, let's just get the version in so I don't get it wrong. There we go. Version, and then authorization, we'll get the pit tag in. With the bearer, always get the bearer in as well. And that's that. And then we want to just go and copy. Let's go and copy all this stuff down here because we've already done it. And like so. Let's just contact email, and then contact phone, contact first name, just to show you this works outside of Postman as well. It's always important to test in multiple test embeds as well. Last name, and then contact source. Cool, and we can just leave the ID like that as well. And we're going to save action, we're going to publish it, we're going to save. Now what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and create a contact in this sub account. This is a totally different sub account. We're just showing you how to send it from one sub account to another. So I'm going to add contact. I'm going to call it API test 2. put in my last name. And then let's just do API test at gmail.com and my phone number. Cool, and we're gonna save. And what I'm gonna go and do is I'm gonna just go scroll down in this contact to automation. I'm gonna add, I'm gonna go type in API to client, add, and then we'll see if that comes through to the contacts section, which it should do. We should now have 2 contacts in there. It looks like it's gonna take a bit of time. Refresh that, and while we're doing that, let's go and refresh this contact as well. See if we need to troubleshoot anything. Cool, so that's gone through. It's been added, so we can go across to here, refresh the contacts page, and we should see it through now. And that's all come through perfectly. And looking good. So yeah, guys, that is how you do the new PIT tokens. I believe, I'm not sure if they're available if you're just on a free trial. I think you have to be a fully fledged customer with HighLevel, but don't take my word for it. Do try. But I believe that's what's currently in effect. But these are way more secure than API v1 keys, and they are being depreciated. So it's best to move over to this as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, do comment below if you want those posting docs, so you can help. So it's just easier just to share with your clients after you've amended those few little things. And yeah, just comment below, and we'll sort you out. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Okay, thank you, Graham. So if you have any questions whatsoever, you haven't been able to follow Graham's tutorial at all, no problems. What we'll do is I'll direct you over to our school group. It's called the AAA Ninjas, and we're going to be able to help you with any support questions you might have. Okay, enjoy. Speak soon.